Oh, Jessica just joined us. Jessica Migliaccio says, hello, Mehran. Hello, Jessica. Okay, sure, I'll wait, no worries. Says, hello, Mehran. I've only been listening to you for a few days, but your style of teaching is really hitting home. I'm female from the US, age 43. Tonight is the anniversary of my divorce. Ah, why do you even take note of it? Why would you even take note of something that, unless you're really happy, do you want to celebrate that festive occasion? And if you're not happy, it was not what you wanted, then why do you take note of the date? And Jessica says, wait, one more question for sure. Luna says, thank you, Mayor, and see you soon. Yes, for sure, Luna. But I'm just going to be around for one more question from Jessica. And I hope, Stephen, you got the link for that video I made for that gentleman in States when he lost his mother. That video is 36 minutes, and perhaps it would be something you would send it to your friend in order to help her out. Steven says, I got it. Thank you. You're good. All right. Good. And Jessica, do you think this will be in 2020, or are we booking for question and live streaming for 2021, possibly, with the new president in the United States? I hope. And Jessica, don't forget the protocol. I need to know your gender, which I know now, age, and where you're tuning in from. Like US is not good enough. Like, state. At least I have a geographical. Although it's all right too, if you want. So I know, actually, I do. It's female, 43. You already told me, and US too. Okay, fair enough. You put it in there. And Jessica says we were together over 20 years and have 3 children. I'm from Oregon. Are you now? I went to school in Oregon. I went to school in Portland. Lake Oswego, Lewis and Clark. It's always interesting to hear from someone from where once was home. Portland, yes, there you go. Then you know where Lewis and Clark on Lake Oswego, Capitol Hill is. That's where I went to school. My trophy is still in Pampling Sports Center, the trophy for equestrian. I formed the team for the school. First time ever they had a team, equestrian team, and then we went and we won the whole Western United States collegiate equestrian tournaments, competitions. Oh, wonderful. Someone from Portland. Reminds me of my youth. So, Jessica, is that question coming, or that was it? Here it is. I see the question now. It says, we've been apart for 2 years and he has moved on, but I have not. I'm struggling thinking of him being happy with another woman while I'm alone. What you're asking me is not one video. So what I want to ask you, while I will address it a little bit here, what I want to ask you is to go on my search engine of my channel and look at the playlist says how to move on. Or just click on videos and look at the titles and see which one attracts you as far as the title speaks to you. Like why you're not moving on. Why you want to know why your ex left. How to move on. And so on. So there's so many, pretty much Jessica, anything that comes to your mind after breakup, under the sun, I pretty much have a video on it. All you have to do is put that video, put that word that expresses your emotions at the time, one word, in the search engine, and you will get a bunch of videos. So in regards to that you're struggling, you're not necessarily, you may, of course, is a big part of it, struggling because he's not around. Why you haven't moved on is because you haven't created a new order. You see, when you are married, now I don't go any further back when you were single because that has another story, but when you're married, there's certain things that you each do every morning you wake up. Those certain things could be as simple as having your, I don't know, washing your teeth and having your coffee, and the way you have it, where you sit and you have it, and then where you go to work, or what each of you do, and how many times you guys call each other during the day or text or whatnot. When there was no text or phones like this it is today, anyhow, you were somehow reaching each other, and what you do after work, where you go, which people you associate with, what activities you are engaged in, the movie, theater, your scheduling, all those things that you do is called mechanical process. Through those mechanical processes, which has a different recipe for each person, and whether you're single or in a relationship, in your case you were in a relationship, so all those individual mechanical processes that you were engaged in your daily lives had created a routine. That routine was the order of your life. And unlike the members of your body, that they have a place in your body and they feel secure and safe because they are somewhere that they are supposed to be, and you know where they are. Like as I mentioned, your finger is hanging from your knuckle, from your wrist, from your elbow, your ears are here, nose here, eyes here, legs are here. You know everything where they are physically. That's how they are secure, and you know where they are, and they are relaxing because they belong to somewhere, and they find their security in where they are. But the mind doesn't have that. The mind doesn't know where to find its security. Where it finds its security is not in a physical place, unless you've taught it where to concentrate, which is another topic that we discussed. But in this case, in this explanation, your mind doesn't have a place, doesn't know how to find its security. It finds its security in the order of life. The mechanical process that you guys used to do had created an order, and your mind was focused on that order where it would find its security. That's where its home was, in the order of things. Now that the relationship was broken up, the order is broken up. Why? Because the mechanical process that you were engaged in doing, each one of you and together, is no longer has the same rhythm. And because they are not there, the order, the routine has broken up, the order has broken up. When the order has broken up, the mind doesn't have a place to find its security, because it used to feel secure because of the existence of a certain order. That order is broken up, so your feeling of security in your mind is broken up. Your mind is agitated, uncomfortable, can't move on. And this is where I'm going to stop, and I'm going to refer you to a video that I made, which is why you cannot move on. Now, connect what I just said, because I can explain why you cannot move on, but it's going to be an elaborate discussion, and I think it's time for us to go. So I'm going to tell you why you cannot move on. I'm going to give you the link. So why you cannot move on when you want to move on. Here. That's what it is. So I think this is the, I'm going to put it down here, Jessica. This is what connects with what I just said. Remember the order that I explained to you? That the order is broken, so your mind has lost its security, certainty, because mind finds its security in the order, not in a physical area. In this particular discussion that we have, because then we have another discussion about where the mind has its home. Mind needs a home. That's a different topic. So once you maybe re-listen to what I said here on this video, and then after the order thingy, watch this video that I just put out. Did I? Is it on? Can you see it? And that will explain to you what is happening with the fact that you can't move on. Because in order for you to move on, you need to be able to detach yourself. And because you're already attached to the old order, and you constantly, in order to find security for your mind, you are constantly going into your memory, thinking about the past, because in the memory, that order exists. The order that doesn't exist in the actuality, that order exists in the memory. And you keep going in there. And when you go in there, you find that order, your mind finds security, and because you keep doing it, you're still attached to however things were, even though it's a memory. In order for you to move on, you got to be detached from the old attachments. How can you do it if you constantly continue conditioning yourself about how things were and how you want the things to be, by keep going in the memory in search of security, finding the old order and sticking with it and keeping it the way it was, and keep thinking about it? The more you keep thinking about it, the better you become at thinking about it. And when you become really good at something, then you're attached to it. So your attachment is constantly being reinforced rather than be detached, so you can then move on. This is where you want to understand. And that's what's happening with you, which that video will elaborate in more detail. So I hope that was something for you to enjoy. And Jessica says, I'm grateful that you had this on tonight. It got me through the new year, tuning and wasn't alone. Thank you so much. That was the whole purpose. Jessica says, I will listen to it, and yes, I see it. I think I'd like to do one-on-one. By all means, go on my site, mindthatseekstruth.com. Click on Talk to Mehran via Skype. Make a 1-hour appointment. And of course, I will add another hour to it on me for all new clients. So we'll have 2 hours to begin with at the same session, and we'll explore things together. So now that I think we have finished all the questions, and I want to wish you all Happy New Year again, tell you that I love you all. Thank you very much for being here, giving me the opportunity to share a thing or two of my opinion with you. I look forward to talking to you again. In the meantime, be good to yourself and to the others, and I'll talk to you soon. Bye for now.